All right, ready first. Here we go. Company sticks, lessons learned, execution. This will be a two-part series. You've already had plan and prep. And each of you company commanders, you got the notes, and we're just going to clarify those through this video. Okay, so let's start with the execution. Step one, uncoil from the assembly area. Many of you experienced this challenge of everyone moving at once, a lot of confusion, hard to get everyone in the right formation so that you can start your movement technique. What I tell you is, uncoiling, just do it step by step. Establish graphic control measures, have first platoon move, then second platoon, then third platoon, then your mortars, get everybody tight, and then you can move out. If you just take your time, it's fairly simple. Okay, tempo. As a company commander, you are responsible for the tempo of the attack. Your graphic control measures, where you have people set, when you change your movement technique, movement formation, it's all contributing to the tempo of the brigade's fight, because each of you company commanders are influencing the brigade's fight with your own tempo. Be cognizant of that. You don't have to induce undue risk, but you do need to make decisions based on the desired tempo, whether it's fast, moderate, or slow tempo. Okay, graphics. During execution, use your graphics as discussed so that your radio transmissions sound like this. 2-6, this is 6. Need you to move to set checkpoint 5, orient fires between checkpoint 13 and checkpoint 14. Your max engagement line is the 90 northing. Okay, spread out. During execution, I need you to get some distance between your vehicles. Everyone's too close together. As we talked about in the AARs, increase your distance so that you can cover more ground with fires, observation, as well as make a harder target for the enemy. Let's train your lieutenants and your squad leaders to over-report. Every 5 minutes, every 500 meters, they should be coming up on the net, giving you frontline trace, as well as their slant, and then any situational updates. Continue to train them to over-report, and you must do the same at your level up to battalion. We want to become expert striker infantrymen, mounted riflemen, dragoons. So what are all those things that we must learn? In each of your final AAR, we made a list of what you needed to improve on, and this all came from you, to become expert striker infantrymen. A lot of it focused on the integration of vehicles with dismount operations, maintenance, but go back to that list and continue to focus on expert striker infantryman tasks. That's everything from dismounted attack, mounted actions on contact, etc. Continue to focus on that. Dual track, mounted and dismounted, integrated together. All right, survivability moves. We talked about this in the second to last AAR for each of you. The survivability moves while waiting on another platoon, company, or battalion to execute their operation, you must move a minimum of 500 meters every 10 minutes. And you can do that moving around within your area of operation. And this prevents the enemy from putting indirect fire on you, because it takes them about 10 minutes to shift guns and then get an accurate fire mission out the tubes. Continue to move a minimum of 500 meters as survivability moves whenever there's a lull in the battle tempo. Okay, company A&L net, single channel, cipher text. Get that analog and logistics traffic off of your company command freight and put it back on this single channel cipher text run by your first sergeant. Role of your executive officer. Your executive officer should be running the net, both from the platoons to the XO and the XO up to battalion. The XO and his crew are the NCS for your company command net, and they're controlling what is put on that net and the accuracy of the information. Battle drills. We have to be able to execute battle drills rapidly and based on a changing enemy. So you need to have both an SOP for action right, action left, and then when you're using it, use the graphics to communicate those actions. So, 1-6, I need you to move from checkpoint 7 to 8 to 9, set 9, orient between 11 and 12. 3rd platoon, I need you to move checkpoint 7, 8, 9, set to the right flank of 2nd platoon, orient fires between 13 and 14. But quickly being able to do that. All right, IV lines. We got to get out of the vehicle and clear the IV line. Just like in Battle Drill 33, the ramp goes down every short halt, long halt, and you have local security. But when you encounter a IV line, you need to get up and clear it dismounted and then pull your vehicles forward. Prevent you from stumbling into either a baited ambush or just a regular ambush. Okay, we talked about breach, math, and equal to your limfac, which is smoke, during the plan and prep videos. As far as during the execution, you're going to quickly determine whether or not that smoke is accumulating and really screening you during your social or whatever other deception you may be planning. If it's not going to work, well, then you need to come up with a course of action. And that course of action is generally Willie Pete HE mix on the top of your enemy if your smoke is not doing what you want it to do. Okay, actions on the objective. We need to start our planning there, plan backwards as discussed in the other video. But when you're there, when it is action on the objective, you need to, as a commander, not be afraid to change actions on the objective based on a new enemy situation. You have to take all the information you have while executing and then confirm or deny your base plan. If you deny your base plan, then you're going to have to take a short halt, articulate a new plan to your organization, making sure that you give task and purpose. Remember, some of you had trouble with that. Task and purpose while doing execution, frag on the move, and then execute. Okay, we talked about thunder versus lightning. Basically, when we see the enemy, you're going to give a contact report, spot report. Once you get that SALT report up, there should be a recommendation with it. Thunder down, lightning up for mortars or artillery, respectively. And you have other choices too. Continue to observe, request to engage with direct fire, or just I'm engaging at this time. But you got to continue to work those pro words and consider artillery and mortar fire in everything we do. Okay, net discipline. Your XO owns it, but you got to enforce it as well, Commander. Your nets should be crisp, no how copy, no Lima Charlie, just contact reports, SALT reports, and then any other traffic that you have can get pushed down to your ANL as required. Okay, what is the fister's role in execution, and where is the fister? Look, a lot of commanders like to have their fister right in their hip pocket, and that's your option. But make sure that your fister's in a position where they can call for and adjust fire if needed. Sometimes move them with support by fire position, maybe with the attack or the breach force. It's on you to make that determination, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. Javelins. We got to get our javelins in the last position we want them. And in order to do that, Battle Drill 33 and our maneuver will enable us to emplace those throughout the depth of our zone, so that our first javelin position enables the placement of the next, etc., all the way to the actions on the objective. All right, ready first. This finishes execution part 1. We're going to do execution part 2 right after this. Ready first.